How's it going, guys? It's Jose back again with another video on Hear Me Raw. And today it's a video follow up to my last video because I saw that I got a lot of comments talking about veganism not being a diet and it being a lifestyle. And I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm sharing this message because of that very fact that it is a lifestyle and not a diet. I'm not talking about plant-based diets. Plant-based diets, in my opinion, are good. If you look at the term plant-based, you are allowed to have some animal products in your plant-based diet and have your diet primarily based on plants. That is great. Like I said, the science has shown so far that the diet that's been optimal for the most people has been the Mediterranean diet, which is a diet that's mostly plants and has fish being its primary meat source, not so much chicken or, red meat, which is what a lot of people want to stay away from. But keep saying that it's a diet. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And the thing is, that's what I'm saying. That's what's so dangerous about it, because it goes past diet. It goes past that, and it can be a very scary thing for a lot of people. We've seen what happens when we go down this path, and yeah, it's like no matter how you try to talk about veganism, the defenders of it will find some way. They will try to shift the conversation somewhere else, right? So let's take away the veganism being for health thing, right? Okay, so it's not a health thing, it's a lifestyle. Or as some could say, it's a cult, or it's a religion. And if you take offense to that, then you have blinders on, because I think you can be a vegan and just admit that it has cult-like characteristics. Veganism is not the only thing that has this. Religion is very similar to this. And that's the thing. A lot of people are taking this thing to be a religion, to where you get to the point where somebody comes to you and they're struggling on their vegan lifestyle, and you're not able to actually be flexible with them and allow them to make decisions on their own. A lot of people in the vegan community feel like they have to keep their mouth shut. They have to allow things to happen that they're not really cool with, but they're doing it for the sake of veganism. They're doing it for the sake of the animals, because that's what apparently the whole thing is about. It's about the animals, and totally ignoring the fact that humans are animals too. And being in the journey, being in the community, and being around all types of vegans. I've been around the raw vegans. I've been around the fruitarians. I've been around the people that do the whole food plant-based. I've been around the ones that love the superfoods and everything like that. I've been there. I've tasted some nasty concoctions in the name of health that did not make me feel better. Wheatgrass is bullcrap. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the name of health that's really not helping people. These people are eating all these healthy things, but they're not really looking healthy. They're not really sounding healthy. So you see all that going on, but then a lot of people aren't saying anything. It's like they're taking in what all these gurus are saying, and they're taking it to be their truth, and they're totally foregoing their own experiences. Me and myself, I don't do that. I'm not a follower, and I don't want followers. I don't want people to listen to my word and take it as a Bible. I don't even take the Bible as a Bible. For me, when I look at the Bible, I see it. It's like things that people witnessed and that they wrote down. It's like the journal of a bunch of people of what stuff that they've experienced, and everybody experiences something in a whole different way. A lot of us don't even see colors the same. We are all different beings, and we experience the whole world differently. So there's not a one diet that works for everybody. There really isn't. And that's what's scary about it, because these guys are saying it's not a diet. You're not coming in this for a diet. You're not coming in this to feel better. You're coming in this to pay for your sins. You're coming in this to pay back all the harm that we've done to the planet and to the animals. And yes, we're doing harm to the planet and to the animals, and there's no way to not do that. Even if you were a vegan, you're still doing some type of harm. Hello. So the people that say that the vegan diet vegan lifestyle is a cruelty-free one. There's no such thing as a cruelty-free lifestyle. You can try your best, but you're gonna something is gonna be harmed. All right. And a lot of things that we do, we can improve. Factory farming, nobody wants that. We know that's not good. We know that greed, overconsumption, a disconnection to nature, a disconnection to our bodies, which can definitely happen on a veganism route, because when you get obsessed with, when you take on these beliefs and you really do believe that all these things, like it's like 95% of the world, you think like 95% of the world is against you. Do you really want to live like that? Do you really want to live in a world where you feel as if everything is out to get you? Because you can definitely get that way on that lifestyle. And I've seen people do it. Orthorexia, the obsession with health, the obsession with purity, the obsession with detoxing, all of that is prevalent. And I've seen people go through it. And I've been the one to see, like, when they go too far, to be like, hey, eat some fucking chips, eat something, because it's not worth it. People are wasting away. You know, there's a lot of privilege going on, especially in America, to where you have people in the world that are starving, that are not even able to eat, that are not able to even afford food. You get all these people willingly choosing to not eat. They're choosing to starve themselves. They're choosing to kill themselves. And again, I mentioned in that last video, I'm pretty sure I did, about the vegan pledge that's going around. It's a pledge that once you go vegan, you don't stop being vegan, even if your health starts to falter. And I've seen a lot of people's health falter on that lifestyle. Again, it's not an easy lifestyle to maintain. It takes a lot of work. And a lot of the work that I've seen people put into it, I'm just like, man, do we really have that time to put in all that work and still manage everything that we have to manage in our lives? Or is food and what you eat going to become the primary focus of your life while the rest of your life falls away? I feel like I've wasted so much of my time trying to figure out what I should eat. When you look in nature, these animals, they're not so much worried about what they're eating. They're not worried like humans are. And then one thing too, I realized too, like as I am introducing animal products back into my diet, I'm already feeling better, feeling mentally clear. I feel like my muscles are reattaching. I feel like I'm getting younger again. Because for veganism, after the 1 year, felt great, had energy, you know, but eventually the benefits stopped. Eventually the superfoods I was eating, the healthy foods I was eating, they didn't satisfy me. I was always hungry. I was always looking for the next meal. Like, you can see it, go online, you'll see how a lot of vegans are always saying, like, how come I'm always hungry? I'm always hungry. Vegans are always hungry. I've missed feeling satiated, you know? Feeling satiated. And I think it's when I had eggs, I started feeling satiated again. The eggs combine with my body so well. And when I talk about being disconnected with your body, when you're doing it for the animals and you're ignoring your health, then yeah, you're going to start being emaciated. You're going to start to feeling good. Oh, I'm sacrificing myself for the animals. We all love to sacrifice ourselves. That's the thing, you know. I'm not going to lie. I can be a martyr a lot. It's something that I'm really trying to balance. What am I going to be a martyr for? But I've sacrificed myself for people. That's the thing too. While I was in the vegan community, I've sacrificed myself for a lot of these vegans. I was hosting potlucks. I didn't charge them. There were free potlucks. People could come, open mics, sing, dance. I had a great time. It was beautiful. But over time, just getting information, had people coming to me. Oh, I was raw vegan, did everything perfectly, and I still ended up getting cancer. And there's many stories like that. People coming to me talking about they added X to the diet and that they're feeling better. People message me. I was heavily in the community, so people are coming to me. So I'm getting all of this information, and if you got the vegan goggles, you're pretty much gonna throw all that away. But I can't throw all that away. I cannot throw all that away, especially when I saw people around me dealing with it too. So you become disconnected with your body, and now you're no longer eating what your body craves. And they're gonna tell you so many things as to why you be craving animal products. But again, some of us can definitely benefit from taking a break from animal products. But if you go to that path of just purification and self-sacrifice, you eventually become emaciated. You can become disconnected with your body, brain fog, memory issues, anxiety, depression, all of it. That shit's rampant. And the crazy thing is, like, I noticed that one day I was talking to a friend of mine, and I told her, I was like, I have anxiety. And she was like, what? You have anxiety? This is a couple years into veganism, and before she met me, I didn't have the anxiety. I didn't have it. I didn't have it. I didn't have it. So, like, little conversations like that, just like, it stuck with me. It was like, holy shit, like, what's going on? Like, am I really improving? Doing it for the animals is a beautiful and noble cause. My God, it's amazing. Like, I fell in love with animals after going vegan. I'm still in love with animals. People say you're not an animal lover because you consume them. It's bullshit. So, like, I had to question myself, like, man, am I really improving anymore? Like, what's going on? So, and then another conversation I had with another friend of mine, and he's also no longer vegan. I remember it was an event, we were leaving, he was getting into the elevator, and he was like, man, like, yeah, I'm going to stay on this vegan diet even if it kills me. And I looked into his eyes when he said that, and I was like, damn, bro, like, he was serious. And I knew that he was serious too. And the thing that really stood out to me is just like, when he said that, I felt like there was part of myself. There was a voice in me feeling the exact same thing. That I'm over here, I'm going to die for these animals. I'm going to die. I'm going to kill myself. But if I die, who's going to take care of my daughter, dude? Who's going to be there for my daughter? Who's going to be there for my family? Who's going to take care of my mother when she can no longer, do all the things that she's doing now? Like, and so you have these people going online, sharing this lifestyle and being very much angry, militant, and religious about it, risking people's lives. That's what I don't stand for. That's why I'm speaking out. That's not about the money. It's not about popularity. It's not about any of that, which is what a lot of people are gonna say. Like, if it was about money, popularity, I would have just like lied to y'all and just kept the vegan thing because it gets me followers and views, and then whatever. But no, I risked my reputation. I risked looking like a fool and admitting that I made a mistake, which a lot of people are not willing to make nowadays. So I would just love to see more people saying that they do not have all the answers, and to not just go and find studies to cherry pick, because when it comes to science, you can find a study pretty much saying anything that you want. Science is experimental. Science is not finished. Like, that's the thing. You're going to use science to back up your shit, but you have to know science is experimental. And as, getting into the spirituality game, right? You know that consciousness affects whatever it sees. So if you start a study and you kind of have like a desired outcome, the chances of that desired outcome happening have risen because your consciousness is forming. Your consciousness is a part of it. It's the double slit experiment. Look into it and you'll see what I mean. When consciousness is looking at something, it stops and it gives its form. Consciousness gives form to the darkness. It gives form to space, because everything around us is just negative energy, it's dark energy. But our consciousness, when we look at it, it gives it form. Just like in a video game, when it's loading, your consciousness is always loading what you're seeing and what you're experiencing. That's why we all experience the world in a different way. So you already know that, like, experiments, they're biased. They're biased. And it's impossible for them not to be, because a lot of us have an outcome. A lot of us want to see something. We want, like, oh, plants are good. Oh, meat is bad. Oh, but it's never that simple. It's not just about good and bad. It's about energy, frequency, balance. It's an equation. So cherry picking these studies that say exactly what you want to say, but then ignoring what the people around you are actually experiencing. So science is not finished, it's not finite, and they're using these studies to back up what they're saying. And the heavy reliance on supplements on a vegan lifestyle is not good either, because as you see more and more researchers coming out showing that supplements are not so good. They're not as good as their natural counterpart, which a lot of plants are lacking, and they're not as bioavailable. And this is not me saying, this is science, yes, but I've experienced this myself. I've experienced it with the people that I know that have introduced animal products back to the diet and are feeling better right away. It's plug and play. It's not this obsession with macronutrients and trying to make it work. You know, maybe nowadays we just have way too many options. You know, we have way too many options. We have the luxury of actually questioning what we eat and doing all that. But back in the day, we would have been in the woods, would have had to work for our food, and would have been thankful for the food that we have now. We can just go to the store and just, there's a whole bunch of abundance of things and whatnot. And it goes back to being disconnected with nature, man. We don't go out here no more. We have been domesticated. So yeah, cherry picking experiments, like using studies to argue and argue and argue. And something too you can tell in some of these people's eyes, like, it's like, where did they go? Where is their humanity? I've literally witnessed people being brought to the point of where they are crying because of the cause of veganism, because what is meant to happen with veganism is more important than the well-being of our fellow man. So it can get to a point where veganism is anti-human. It's true. Like, that's, I'm putting that out there. It's true, and I'm not the only one that sees it. So when I'm seeing people struggle on the lifestyle and I'm reaching out to gurus of this lifestyle and they're telling me not to worry about it, they're telling me be positive, they're telling me, you know, it's for the animals, it's not about health. Like, how can you go online and tell me it's not about health? Like, hold on one second. Like, how can you tell me it's not about health? A lot of the vegan doctors, all they do is talk about health. So yeah, so like, to have people that I see struggling and then the vegan gurus really not doing anything about it, not changing up their message, not fine-tuning things, allowing these people to run amok and just say these things is very dangerous, you know. And you got young people that are very impressionable. Like, I started this at 25, and within the 4-year mark, I was noticing, like, man, maybe I need to make some changes. And I didn't make it quite to the 5th year, but a lot of people break down before then. And luckily I had a background of like being pretty healthy before. I wasn't eating the best, but I was exercising, I was getting outside, and I was feeling good. Like, people were amazed by my capabilities and by what I was doing. But slowly on the vegan lifestyle over time, like, people still love my body, but I was losing muscle mass. It was hard for me to maintain mass. I even remember there was one time when I was gonna go to the gym and my body was just craving more than what I was eating. So I went to McDonald's, got something with just eggs in it. And that was one of the best workouts I had had in a while. So there's a lot of lies being spread, and I think vegans need to hold the people in their community accountable for sharing these lies. It's things like saying that animal products will kill you, using fear to get people to do things. Animal products are not going to kill you. Overconsumption of anything can kill you. Drinking too much water can kill you, you know? So yeah, being in that community, hearing all these things, eventually enough is enough. I couldn't just sit by and just like say, yes, I agree. I'm sorry, but I don't agree. I don't agree. And to be in a community where you feel silence, where if you think differently, you're going to get shunned, you're going to get yelled at, that's fucked up. That's bullying. That's bullying, and I'm not about bullying. I care about people. I care about children. I care about our next generation, you know, living. I care about the earth. I care about the balance being upheld. And at one point, I really thought that I wanted a vegan world, but as it stands right now, a vegan world, I think, would be a nightmare, because you're giving these people that have so much anger within them, and now they have a place, they're able to put that anger on 95% of the population, or whoever a population is non-vegan, because a lot of these vegans think that these people are scumbags, they think these people are evil and satanic. But guess what? If all those people that they think are evil, satanic, stop doing what they're doing, vegans wouldn't be able to survive, because there's not enough of them. You guys are still in the minority. So you're hating on everybody that's like literally supporting you, and you have all these companies that are catering to you, having vegan options, but it's like you're still never happy. People make changes, people go towards the plant-based, they're doing all that, but you're still never happy. You're still hating on them. You still think they're scumbags. And I cannot sit back and just allow this to happen. I have to speak out. I don't care if you're gonna get mad at me. I don't care if you're gonna hate me. It doesn't matter. I gotta speak my truth. We're at a point right now where we're seeing how our censorship is happening like crazy. People are not able to speak their truth, and I'm gonna do another video talking about how what if the vegan what if the vegan thing is an agenda? What if the vegan thing is the new world order? Because there's a lot of things about veganism and a lot of things that a lot of vegans have said that go along with it. You know, small thing I'll just mention real quick is the fact that Bill Gates is supporting Impossible Foods. Bill Gates is part of the World Health Organization, you know, and that has said that meat is linked to cancer, which has been helping a lot of people go towards the plant-based route. So just that's a little bit of that, but I'll do a video on that if you guys want to see it. If you do want to hear a video about that, just let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, I know vegans are gonna be mad. People are gonna be mad, but that's fine. That's the world we live in. I go online, all I see is people bitching and complaining and talking shit, and I'm not about that. I'm not about that. I got shit to do. I just want to inspire people, all people, to be their best selves, to find out who they are, to take care of themselves. And I don't want to limit them to think that they can't do this and can't do that, can't do this, can't do that. It's going to fuck with their minds. Orthorexia, look it up too. There's a lot of that going on in the vegan community when you get so obsessed about health that it overtakes your life. So, yeah, I dropped a lot of knowledge on this video for you guys today. I really hope that you did enjoy it. But yeah, feel free to follow me on Instagram. You know, I'll be sharing my yoga journey there. We'll be doing, since the weather is getting nicer, we'll be planning on seeing how I can host some yoga events, because yoga really is like the passion in my life right now. Getting away from focusing so much on what I'm putting inside of my body. Still gonna be consuming top quality stuff and everything, but just not gonna be stressing out about it. You know, if I go to family events and they have something that maybe might not be so healthy, I'll have it. I won't have it all the time, but I'll have it. And I really miss my family, man. That's the one thing. While I was vegan and really took on these doctrines, really took on that vegan pledge, and even to the point where, like, you know, we said like you won't, you know, as a vegan, you will not eat on the same table as people that are eating meat. So that means if your family is a bunch of meat eaters, you're no longer sitting at the table with your family. Like, holidays are stressful as fuck, but still we get to be around our family. We get to be around our blood, and that's a beautiful thing. And unless your family has really fucked you over and you really don't need to be around it, the energy is not good for you, that's fine. But if that's not the case and you're only not going because your family is eating meat, then that's not okay. And that's not cool. You're getting people to be disconnected from their family, and that's a way to take advantage of people, and that's not cool in my book. So I'm just looking out for the people that are very impressionable, that are looking for the truth. And it's nice to feel as if you have all the answers and not like, you know, like you have the Bible there. You think you have all the answers. All the answers are here. But guess what? Once you think you have all the answers and you stop there, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Many people are walking around, still breathing and everything, but they're dead. So don't die. Live. I love you guys, man. Peace.